DC here. Hi, guys and gals. Well, hope you're all well. It's Monday, and I didn't know if I was going to do a tag this Monday because some of you know Mrs. DC is in the hospital. I will not get into details. I spoke about it in the last vlog that I did on Sunday, but she's slowly getting better, but there's still a ways to go, nevertheless. And I have just finished Jasmine's tag, and now I'm going to do Dave Nicholson's last Saturday's 7 question tag. Hi there, Dave. And oh, yeah, I forgot to mention that on Jasmine's tag, but these are the first tags of the year, aren't they? So for those of you, I hope that you've had um, a good passage from 2024 to 2025. Okay, now let's go on to question one, and let's see. Question one: when was the last time you tried something new? Hmm. I don't know. Does new software count? Or new bit of new gear on my camera? Or probably um, when we got our electric bicycles. That was a new feeling or something like that, I guess. Um, the last time I tried something that really probably was new and changed my life, in a way to say, was in 2017, so already 7 years ago, when I got my first Instant Pot and basically changed my way of cooking and my philosophy about cooking and so on. And now I'm up to six of them. Yes, I know. They're different sizes and they have different functions. But that really changed. I mean, and I do a lot of cooking. I mean, I've always done a lot, but I mean, and the Instant Pot has in a way changed my life. That and a little bit the sous vide method, but mostly the Instant Pot. Yeah, let's say that instead of just saying nothing. Question two: who do you sometimes compare yourself to? I don't try and compare myself to anybody. I mean, I will be some. I'll admit that sometimes I'll be envious on certain things. Like for example, I know that my brother is really good with his hands, and I'm really not. So maybe I would compare, but I don't compare. It's not. Nah, it's not really comparing. Or no, I don't really compare. No, I don't compare myself to other people. Every now and then, I wish I would have certain talents which I don't, but that's not quite the same. Yeah. Okay. So that's kind of a cop out. Question three: what's the most sensible thing you've ever heard someone say? That almost goes and gets one of the questions that was in the Jasmine tag, but which is a bit of it. It's sensible in the sense it's almost advice, but it's like, where do you want to spend the rest of your life? Or how do you want to spend the rest of your life? Yeah. I'll leave it at that. I'll leave it at that. Yeah. Uh, I mean, there are other ways of looking at this. The sensible thing you've ever heard is that, you know, being happy is not only about money. That sure doesn't hurt. Okay, but let's keep on the first one. Yeah, okay. Question four. What gets you excited about life? Well, right now, I'm retired, so it kind of like is a new phase of life, and my grandchildren get me excited by life, my family, and actually learning a new language. I actually that's one of the things. So I've actually, um, yeah, that gets me pretty excited. Yeah. Uh, question five. I'm going pretty quickly on these ones as well. I can feel that I'm more tired and probably not giving as much into it as I do sometimes. What life lesson did you learn the hard way? The hard way. That's a difficult question, I think. I think that, could it be humility? Because I'm not very humble. No, what I mean by that is that there are times when you're, for example, in a in a working situation where you, well, or a situation in life or whatever, where you know that you could do things differently, let's say, but you're part of a team, so you've got to you got to work with the team, for the best of the team. And sometimes when you do that, it's not always for the best of you. That's a life lesson, actually. Sometimes you have to give of yourself so that others will be better off. And that is things I've probably learned the hard way a few times in my job situations, maybe regarding my family, for example. Um, I could have had an easy way to promotion, but decided not to take it because family is more important, and learning it the hard way. There'd be more to say on that, but I'll just leave it at that for the moment. Okay, I'll leave it at that. Question 6. What do you wish you spent more time what do you wish you spent more time doing 5 years ago? 5 years ago, 2019. Well, no, 2020 now. Uh, wasn't that the COVID? Uh, uh, what do I wish? I'm having problems with this one. Um, I've always said I spent enough time, or I wanted to always spend enough time with my family. Um, well, what would I wish I've spent more time doing 5 years ago? Uh, Actually, I'm pretty happy with the things that I've done 5 years ago, and I think about it. Um, I am not dissatisfied with the way things were 5 years ago, at least in my life. It was not easy because of the COVID, but I mean, we managed, and I'm not really able to answer that one because I'm don't feel that my life was out of kilter 5 years in any way that I would need to have done or spent more time doing. Maybe I could have spent more time reading instead of surfing and watching YouTube videos, things like that. But uh, and especially since the question is really saying 5 years ago, uh, I'm not really able to answer much more than what I've just said. I'm sorry about that, Dave. Okay, question 7 and last. Do you ask enough questions or do you settle for what you know? No, I ask a lot of questions actually. I go and research. I mean, that's part of what my job was, part of who I am. I go and research, I go and find out. Um, do I settle for what I know? No, no, I don't settle for what I know. I always try and find out more about things, more about what I'm doing, more about the people, more about a whole bunch of things, you know. So yeah, the question for that is, yeah, I ask more than enough questions. I try not to be overbearing. I try to do a lot on my own. So I ask myself questions. There's a difference between, harassing people with questions. I don't do that. I don't harass people with questions. I'm not a, but I'll do it on my own. I ask myself a lot of questions. Yeah, so that is my answer on that. And I see the time is going on, so yes, I have been taking enough time on this one. So, okay, that'll be DC signing off. Thank you, Dave, for another good series of questions. Take care, everybody, and hope you have a good week. Bye bye.